All right. So yeah, after last week, learning of the overarching world events and some lore and the timey-wimey BS that we all went and learned about. We will be traveling to the year 1476 in a world where the burning never took place. As we saw last week, we again see these like flashes of time passing through kind of like third-person views of both Xerxes and Salig's experiences from their time in this time. We kind of see all the things they went through in these quick bursts after escaping the cradle of the death god and finding themselves traveled into this chronal plane. After being broken out of jail and reunited with one another on Salig's ship, we see the two of them conversing with this. Now I can do a shift click with this avian humanoid, this cloaked avian humanoid. That we will introduce shortly, but basically, the three of you, Salig, Al, and Xerxes, we'd kind of see them use the cover of darkness as it was night in Greyforge when they were meeting on the ship, as well as the knowledge that Al kind of brings to them about Greyforge to essentially spirit themselves away from the city and into the night. All the while, these, what we assume are some alarm bells kind of ringing, gong, 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 in the distance. Some time would pass, and the three of them can be seen traveling along the coastline, and then eventually inland. We pop over to this page. Yeah. And where's my ruler? So if we are to assume they are here in Greyforge, we kind of see them do something like this until they get into these woods and end up right about there. No wall, no dawn wall in this verse. So they're somewhere in these woods, these Greyforge woods, as they're called. It's back. They are seeking an abandoned village, seeking a contact that Al would know as a ghost. This ghost is someone that he believes may be able to help set right this business of false time that's kind of happening for Salig and Xerxes. That's where we kind of get into like along this journey over the course of multiple days of the three of you traveling, the three of you first kind of talking together in that boat, escaping. There will obviously be many discussions had. Xerxes has had discussions with Al over the course of the 2 weeks he was jailed, as Al saw something in the time that Xerxes essentially was imprisoned since the time that he first saw this new prime Xerxes in his universe. Al had some sort of realization, kind of a hunch that the timeline was not right. And I think I said in one of the emails sent across that he had his Gandalf movie version of Gandalf, because it does not take like 30 years. Goes full on study mode into some things that he was already kind of dealt to, but it was accelerated. So yeah, you'll discuss things like the state of the world, obviously why and how Al is helping you, and how you guys come to kind of figure out your situation within the timeline as well. Because as you both know, you both just showed up here after being in the cradle. You don't know everything that we all learned last week about the timelines, and you suspect your party is dead, not hunting for you in some way, shape, or form. But through Al's knowledge, he's kind of going to be able to impart some things upon the two of you in your travels. Just some little tidbits. Al knows of the prime timeline because he's seen it in a dream. Probably talked to you a little bit about this through the eyes of his, what we would all call his prime self. We'll get into what he sees a little later. And yeah, so at this point, I don't have a big list of everything that I want to talk about because I've sent so many insane emails over the past week and received them that it's just like chaos brain. But I think I want to get everyone on the same page. So like questions, tidbits that you want to share that you think are important about your character, about what your character knows, and then clarifications about like, do I know this? Because like just last week we had this whole big thing where a bunch of the characters learned things, but those characters aren't here, so it's confusing. It's confusing to me too, to keep it all straight. So you guys are moving towards this abandoned village, this village that used to be a thing. Asked to come here. Al was planning to come here anyway, but now he has these two in tow because he was reached out to by this ghost in a letter similar to the letter that our original characters received a very long time, imploring people to meet at this location. So before, I guess, explaining and entering Gildor and the character currently known as C into the conversation, Al, Selig, Xerxes, and anyone at you, Preston, like you guys, please feel free to also ask questions about these folk if you have them, because I just want to get everything on the same page and kind of out there, and then we'll dive into what we're going to do, and that'll be with the help of Gildor and his deal.
Where is this meeting place?
Yeah, so the meeting takes place in this village in a essentially a cult village, a cult of the god Sargonus, and that's where this meeting will take place.
That's so metal. I love it.
Yeah, abandoned, supposedly, and that is where C will arrive on the scene as well.
Where did Selig Xerxes and Owl hook up at?
They're at Great Forge. In the port of Great Forge.
Would Al have met Selig like at the docks? Like, would he have known his exact arrival, or?
Yes. So Al was conversing with one of the members on Selig's ship prior to the arrival, prior to Al learning about what was going on with Xerxes. Al was a contact that was kind of like feeding information to one of his my brothers, essentially, if you catch my direction.
Yeah.
Okay, so Al and Selig
Mm-hmm.
are in the Greyforge port. Xerxes is also somewhere in Greyforge.
Yeah, he was
Prison.
imprisoned, but they have...
That's right, because Al springs him out.
Al brings him out, and then the three of them meet, and then the three of them begin their journey away from Greyforge towards this meeting place.
Okay. Selig, as you meet with Owl, and maybe you scheme to bust out Xerxes, or maybe as you are running out after springing Xerxes, you see a message written on one of the walls in Druidic that just explains that when you're out of the city, just look for the biggest tree.
Oh. Love
All
that.
right.
I love that we've just used Druidic too, because you never get to do that.
The only time.
That actually
one
did also
plan.
remind me I need to pick my languages. Not true.
Choose Druidic. Choose Steve's camp. We can use that one too. Knock that one off.
I think I just get that.
Yeah, I think you do.
I do know that one thing that Selig would be the only one that he would notice is that Xerxes' eyes are not glowing anymore.
True.
He has solid gold eyes. Which some of our party would know is what his eyes looked like prior to the burning.
You look like Xerxes to me.
True.
Does Xerxes and Veldon still have their shop on the outskirts of town?
Yeah. On the other side of town. Like
Right. In the mountains, yeah.
Yep. I'm sure that's totally not being rated by Blade Singers right now. Or in the last 2 weeks, but it does exist there. So little tidbits. Obviously, the three of you would be kind of quickly building a triangle of trust to some extent.
What a new spell. It's like Zone of
Yeah,
Truth.
it is. It's a new
Triangle of Trust.
The triangle of trust. And I'm not saying that you would share all the things because that's insane. But I think there are some things that would just come out in discussion with just trying to Al has some convincing to do in the sense that he obviously knows things and is breaking these people out, and he basically is trying to one, convince them to trust him, and two, that this is the guy that you should be trusting, like in this scenario. But then the two of them obviously know some things that basically, when you guys start exchanging information, I don't know, like Al has seen some people that you guys would recognize, and like through the Prime Al's eyes, right? And the two of you know of obviously like what you were doing with Viscerus beforehand. So I just want it to be like clear that you guys get to exchange some knowledge, but we don't have to be super specific on what that all is. Like, basically, I don't want to sit here and have to play out 4 hours of like in-character discussion, because would be insanity to expect everyone to be able to, one, keep that all clear, and then, but like if there's like things like, okay, does Al know about the embers, or does Al know about this? If you have questions about this.
Yeah, how much would like Xerxes and Selig be willing to divulge about their prime selves?
Yeah, because the two of you, after some time spent here, like when you first arrived, it was a blur. You didn't really remember much. Your being was still merging with this being. But after spending 2 weeks here, like, you have all your prime memories, and basically none of the memories of the body that you merged into. So you guys are, fully yourselves, other than the fact that like you just feel a little like strange in this universe.
That's kind of an interesting
might not
question.
have your cool trinkets or whatever, right?
It's an interesting question, Croft, because I think in a vacuum, Xerxes would be quite forthcoming because you broke him out of jail. But knowing what Nate knows out of game about your character, does Xerxes know Prime Owl? And would he draw conclusions? Because it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, there's a reason why I brought it up, because I knew there was an interesting thing there. I mean, I think Michael and I talked about this a little bit, like how much would Xerxes know about Al, given his standing in Greyforge?
It probably would have something more to do with when Owl was, like, I don't know how old Owl is.
If
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
because Xerxes left
older than Xerxes.
Got it. So he's been around for a long time.
He's been around in Greyforge alone for a while.
So it would stand to reason that Xerxes would know who he is.
Yeah, or at least
the prime version of him.
Seen him and know that he's affiliated with the crown.
Yeah,
in the prime.
Yeah.
And being, I'm speaking into existence here a little bit.
That's great.
That's
what we love.
At least in the prime verse, the I don't want to call it this, but racism that the Greyforge elves exhibit, it's likely that Owl, Xerxes, Veldin, those who are not Greyforge elves but are of value to the crown, it's possible that they may have been around each other, for lack of a better.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the very least, I think Prime Xerxes would know of Owl, in Prime, and would have that knowledge to go off of.
Probably
It's
less know anything about what exactly he did, I would suspect, for the crown, like, because he was very.
Wait,
I know what you're
which one
saying.
are you asking? Are you asking Xerxes or are you asking Al?
My assumption is that Xerxes wouldn't know much about what Owl actually did for the crown.
Don't worry,
but just that he would
Marshall
say.
doesn't know either.
That yeah. I was dancing around that because I didn't want to just say if Michael also had that suspicion too. So
I could see where he would know that Owl is associated with the crown in some way.
Yeah.
But that he would not know exactly what Owl's role is.
Yeah.
Especially because Xerxes left at 18.
Yeah.
And Xerxes and Veldin tried to spend as little amount of time in the castle as possible. They liked to be at their workshop. So they wouldn't have been around all the time.
Mm-hmm. But there could have been overlapping. Even maybe overlapping, like Al needs Al comes a knocking at some point.
Interestingly, Owl would probably know Veldin more than he would know Xerxes.
Really?
Yeah.
If I had to guess,
probably Veldin stuck around.
So okay,
in this universe especially.
Right, in this universe. In the Prime universe, maybe not as much.
Yeah.
But Veldin was around a lot longer than Xerxes, so.
I mean, and I'm sure there is good chance to meet cross paths like during the incursion, too.
Yeah, Al would be in rooms where more discussions about the world were going on.
war games and war rooms and the like.
Then, for the sake of ease, we'll just say Xerxes is just very glad that you broke him out of jail, and he'll tell you whatever he wants.
So easily forthcoming. I mean, Al does suspect that Xerxes would have pushed back against him, I believe, or at least would be hard for him to trust Al. Just granted what anybody would, perceive about Al from the outside. Does Selig have any differing opinions on the question?
Selig would be so Selig is 100% sure that his avarice side winning out over his peaceful druidic side, with him lusting after that orb in the chamber, is what caused the death of his friends. And has kind of given in to, well, this is who I am. I've fought it for so long, but this is kind of who I am. I may as well embrace being the guy who can build an empire and forget all this peace and harmony stuff. And he kind of hates himself for it. Psychologically, it's easier to kind of slip back into that and focus on it than, oh my goodness, I think I killed people, So he would very much, and probably especially after seeing the druidic writings, where he would kind of feel maybe a little mocked and maybe a little shamed that there's still that side of him that exists, because he doesn't deserve to have a serene and peaceful life after that. On the boat ride, he would be very hesitant to share anything, because anything that Al might say about these possibilities, he would feel like he's being basically sold snake oil. Like, the things that Al are saying, if I believed them, would make me feel better. It would, like, psychologically let me off the hook from this huge burden that I'm carrying because of what I did, and because he is saying these things that maybe give some credence to, things are not always what they are, and what's done isn't done, and blah blah blah. Whatever form or fashion that might come in, he would think he's getting scammed. Because one, that's just kind of like human nature, but two, because he doesn't feel like he deserves that out. Like, he's in the I want to punish myself to get even for what I did to these other people kind of mindset. So anything that's going to make him feel better or give him hope, he's just not going to believe it, and he's going to assume he's being sold a bill of goods. So he would have a strong devotion to Xerxes, because Xerxes was also a member of that crew, and as the one that is left, like, he would feel like a huge obligation to see him through whatever journeys he wants to be on. So if Xerxes was friendly to you, he would kind of humor that and honor that. But on his own, for now, until he kind of sees it and can believe it, he's going to assume that, like, you're just getting everybody hopes up to somehow swindle them. Unless you have like a 30 charisma.
No. No. I did not put the 30 in charisma.
Did Salek ever have any, like, items or symbols on him that people would be able to, like, know him by prior to this world, this timeline?
Well, I mean, he was such a higher up with what's his face that led the revolt in Briarwood, the shipping company guy.
Dune Dragon?
Yeah, Dune Dragon. So he also had the shop there, where he invented that game that I can't remember. And so he would be associated.
Grubstaker's Parley.
Yeah, the Grubstaker's Parley. So he invented some sort of game, like chess, that give himself a bottle cap. That he would have, like, that would be his thing. And so he's certainly not, at least he hopes it's not the only one that plays it. But, like, it's like Ben with the Cones of Dunshire. Like, when that comes up, that's kind of his deal.
Yeah, at the bottom of that druidic symbol, you'd see, like, a symbol representing the Dune Dragon estate, just to hammer home that, like, the person that left the message knows you.
Cool.
Or knew of you in primetime land.
Gotcha.
I like that. So it gives Salek, like, a reason to actually, like, okay, I'll at least go.
Like, if nothing else, that symbol catches your eye because you're like, that shouldn't be here.
I'll at least go.
If you're certain that you're in, like, or, if you're suspecting you're in, like, the wrong timeline or something like that, or you're not in your normal place.
So, how much would we know about what happened in Briarwood in this timeline?
In this timeline?
Yeah.
You would know the most out of anyone. There's some kind of rebellion happening against, like, I think a coup is what it was called, by something called the First Order. Claiming to be the First Order. But you're not. there isn't a ton of information happening. But that is, you know, that there has been a lot of like refugees fleeing from the area, as it's like a super like hostile region at the moment, and super unstable for whatever reason. Like the crown, the Greyforge crown, doesn't have has lost contact with basically most of their contacts in the area.
Because of this rebellion.
Yeah, that's been going on for less than a month.
And it's continuing right now. It's not over, right?
As far as we know, yeah.
Okay.
There's still like fighting going on.
And the Dune Dragons were the ones leading the rebellion.
Not sure.
Not sure.
Yeah. Whatever the First Order is.
Whoever is affiliated with this First Order.
Yeah.
And was Lord Briar still the?
He was, yeah.
Okay, so he was still the ruler in this timeline.
Yes.
All right.
Are we going to get to hear another speech from Lord Briar? That would be awesome.
It's a long way away. That's very far. That's very far distance. Just a day he's sending. He's really just gathering a bunch of people to go on a charter. It's weird. Okay, so let's like move forward a bit.
I did have one more question for Selig.
Yeah.
Does Selig have a copy of Grubsticker's Parlay on him?
So that, I don't know, because I mean, we wouldn't have our materials.
Would Selig in this world have that?
So would he from that? I mean, that's an answer. I don't know. I don't know what Selig from this world would have on him.
Yeah, I mean, so it was your boat where you woke up, and it seems like the Selig from this timeline, rather than being anywhere in the Druidic sphere, continued following the trajectory of what it sounds like Prime Selig fears is the reason that his friends all died. It seems like that this Selig was,
pirate.
less a pirate, more of a businessman.
Yeah, I mean, all of the things being equal, I'm sure that he would. I mean, even in his peaceful life, he tried to introduce as many people to the game as he could. So he would probably have it, at the very least on the ship, a way to play the game.
If you at all mention it any time or reference it, Owl, I would want to play it with you. Learn it.
Night beside the fire when you're camping while Xerxes is sleeping.
Does this Xerxes take watches?
This is still
same one. Same project.
Well, I don't know. Maybe if it was something physically that was about it instead of mentally.
Yeah, this one's on daylight.
Because he's got a different body.
You never know. Where my head went, and maybe this is something we're going to need a very long story about, is Star Town still exists. So I wonder how the old immortal Barracuda's doing over there.
I don't know.
Lucas is probably an old man at this point. So
True.
Wow.
Probably didn't. Maybe just stay in this timeline until we remember that this timeline is doomed to fail. Will eventually collapse on itself. But we could stay and go see what's going on.
Just saying.
Do it ever. Maybe go pick up Lucas. Not that you guys know who that is. All right, we'll fast forward a little bit to when it sounds like maybe somebody's going to jump out of a tree. I'm very excited.
Yeah, where are you guys going? Go to the workshop? Going to Storatown? Where are you going?
Under a tree.
I think we're going to that one place,
The other place?
The unknown.
Yes, the other place.
Your second favorite place?
We're hitting up the other place for some drinks.
Drinks and pizza.
No, I imagine we're going straight to the destination that I was told about for this ghost contact.
Ghost contact. Cool. So outside of that, rough-ish village town, you'd see a grouping of trees, and you would notice a tree that was conspicuously taller than the rest of them.
Same type of tree?
Mhm.
Just
It looks like it belongs, but this tree, for whatever reason, seems to be exceptionally healthy and larger, taller, wider, fuller than the rest of them.
Oh, I didn't do what Selig would have done, but I'm gonna cheat a little and do it anyway.
Kind of what this whole big intro part's all about. Is kind of cheating a little.
Sorry, I wasn't in gameplay mode yet. All right, everyone, stop and humor me for a moment. It's probably nothing.
No need to worry, my companion.
He's gonna put his hand on this tree and ask it, I'm supposed to meet someone here, I think. I don't know. Has anyone come by looking for an appointment with a businessman? And he's looking around like if somebody other than the tree, the big tree.
Okay, so you're talking to, and okay, your hand is on the big tree. Okay.
Big tree. Which I suspect is a tree? Question mark.
So it is. It does feel like a tree. You do get the sense that it is a tree.
Definitely not a tree.
However, the response that you hear from above does not seem to come from the tree itself. The tree doesn't talk to you. But you hear from above you, yeah, I've been waiting for you three. I'm not the one that left you the message, but I have a similar message. But I knew that you guys were here.
So like, I'll look at his hand that's touching the tree and look like am I losing my touch? Am I really losing this?
No, and as you look down from your hand, or at your hand on the tree starts to pull away from your hand, and you notice that the tree starts to shrink. And as the tree begins to shrink, you see a figure above you kind of just riding down on the branch as it shrinks. And then eventually before you, there is a robed figure holding a staff that at one point was the tree.
So cool.
Have I ever heard of anything like this?
Actually, maybe.
Roll, I don't care. History check, Arcana check. Dumb luck check.
Curious.
Where's her dumb luck skill?
It's a feat, you didn't take it?
Oh, damn.
You're a druid. I would say, yeah, sure. You know that there are certain staves that have like the power of, the woods or the forest that sometimes have the ability to turn into trees or other type of foliage. So you'd know it was the staff, innately the staff that basically can become the tree and vice versa.
Very impressive. You must be quite close with the land. I hope it has served you well.
Well, not to be cliche, but yeah, the land did kind of save me. It was a long time ago, but it did. I guess I should say not this land, but the land that we all came from.
What does this character look like?
Yeah.
So you can't fully tell a lot what you can see behind the robe, but for the most part, what you're looking at is at the moment, as he, kind of slinks down from the tree and gathers his staff and everything, you do kind of just get he does look very humanish.
Okay. And then I think we never got an actual owl description that replaced.
We did not either.
Not an official.
I can go ahead and read that.
The owl in black robes.
Yes, the owl in black robes. The towering owl hunches over in an acute arc. He is draped in a cloak of shadows, all concealed, even his wings, save for a white mask with red markings, blending the likeness of an owl. The eyes of the mask always remain smiling. A long, thin arm swings out from under the cloak, extending out as the looming figure opens with a formal but stiff Greyforge bow towards our new compatriot. His sharp talons fully exposed. Under the cloak, he wears a light tunic and airy linen pants, striped in bands of red and violet.
Very cool. What's that?
And you can also see various weapons underneath the cloak too when you open it up. And just to give you hunched, he's about 6'10".
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Very tall, very gaunt and thin.
Slender man owl.
Yeah. What commonplace do you speak of, our new friend?
Well, commonplace,
That we...
I suppose, for people like us is, I guess, depends on your frame of mind. But I suppose that you guys have probably already presumed of what's going on, or at least what might be happening. The bodies you are in right now are not the original bodies that you were in prior. Call it time magic, call it transportation magic, or some other aspect. But I guess to put it bluntly, I was sent here to bring you guys back.
To this other timeline. This
Correct.
primary world.
Yes, the main timeline that, from what I've been told, is where everything else branches off from.
And do you know how we will get back to such a world?
I do not know specifics, but I know that other beings are aware that you guys are here, or that you guys are not on the original timeline, some of which knew and traveled with some of you specifically, as he nods at Xerxes. And it is quite important that most, if not all of us, make it back to see if we can't fix what's happened or prevent the happenings from furthering themselves and ruining that world altogether.
And so you already knew of Xerxes at the very least, it looks. And you went looking for him.
We never crossed paths in the prime, I guess, is what we can call it. But someone who eventually made contact with me through, I guess, otherworldly means knew him. And through several other potentially coincidental happenings, or perhaps planned, or maybe even divine intervention, eventually allowed me to learn more about the displacement of time and the displacement of your spirits. And I was lucky enough to meet another being that also transcended time and was able to give me a one-way ticket to here in hopes that we could bring you back.
What being would this be?
It's a being that not many people know about, I suspect. A being from an island called Kazik. Goes by the name of Panic. Hold on, I've got it. Time out. Goes by the name of Saja and Baza.
Yeah.
A difficult name for sure. I'm guessing Al doesn't know anything about this Sajan Vajan.
Mm-mm. I don't think any of the characters here would know.
Damn. So we need Hop.
Well,
Yeah.
a few other characters that might be able to figure
His
that out.
body is still in the Tower of Paragus, so hope remains for Hop.
So, now that you guys are here, I suppose we can go meet whoever left us this note. I imagine that it's possible they also know that the four of us, if not others, aren't technically supposed to be here, at least in this state.
So you know of the contact we are going to find, or meeting out here, then?
I do not know who or how they know of us. I just know that this was supposed to be the meeting place that you guys would be summoned to. And so I left you the message and staked my claim out here in hopes to catch you guys before you go in, to make sure that you guys were of the right state to potentially hear what I've told you in a more easier to understand way, at risk of having your minds be shattered or causing risk of a timeline fracture.
Can assure you we are mostly of sound mind for now. These
Mostly?
time fractures and varying fates, I'm sure have... He kind of looks at both Xerxes and Selig. Some in the party unsure about where the future leads.
Yes,
Yeah,
well,
I think there's probably part of Al even when he says that, like thinking about those two, and then there's probably part of his head that like thinks to his like memory of the Prime, and like there's just a little bit of that, maybe a little bit of that.
Thinks on a little bit of himself. But Al, understanding why Xerxes and Selig aren't necessarily, immediately trusting of him. He is not immediately trusting of our new compatriot, and is through that whole conversation was listening for the ear or the sound of a lie. So he's wanting an insight, just see if there's anything off about our new companion, friend, what he's told us.
Yeah, we playing high level. I can see that plus on there.
Am I rolling against this, or am I just answering yes or no?
Your choice.
Cool. No, everything fully trustworthy, and seeing your skepticism and seeing you kind of think and, maybe even squint a little, give a little side eye, he would look at Xerxes, and he would kind of stare at him for a second. Isabel wants you back. She's
And
half
that
the reason
wasn't
I am
the
here.
cliffhanger I was going to leave us on for the break, but we'll take our 8:21 break.
All right.
BRB.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Always. Yep.
Is Owl's name really Owl? Like, this would have come up. Like, what they want to be called?
Yeah, Owl's fine. Yeah, that's just what.
Is that what they called him in the castle?
He would bring up that Owl was what he would tell people to call him, but a lot of them, being the races that they were, found ways to be demeaning about it. So they would jokingly call him Sir Owl a lot of times.
Nice.
It's just a form of mockery.
Love
But
that.
he'll tell you
Forge
if
Elves
you
of
ever
the
ask
Lord.
him about if he has a real name, he would tell you that he gave that up long time ago. So long,
Like some good.
he's not
good
sure if he
racism.
remembers it.
Dang. Okay.
Okay. So this
Randy?
new. Go ahead.
I was just to say, and sure that no one else has ever seen an owl, and he's like, it's probably fine. They're not going to meet another owl. They can just call me Owl.
Fair. So you've had a interesting conversation with a new companion, as it were. Also, someone we don't know their name.
Yeah, speaking of.
But he has just dropped some interesting knowledge to Xerxes and Selig, at least. I'm not sure if you have immediate reactions or questions to that, or if you want to do a little.
Yeah, actually, Selig would immediately at that pull Xerxes to the side and tell them just 1 minute, please and thank you.
Owl politely bows.
And it would get out of owl hearing range, first of all. I don't know how far
You
that
gotta
goes,
get
like 1,000
pretty
feet.
far. You gotta get very
Ways.
far. You gotta get far.
See if there's...
She's gonna cast like a spell.
Go on the other side of a tree.
Cast deafens on the owl. Stop
anything.
listening.
Would you put these earplugs in? Thank you.
Owl will just cast silence on himself.
Yeah, just for flavor. Like, he would just...
Yeah, spend a spell.
He's kind of fed up, and he's like, his
Keywords.
mannerisms are betraying him, and he's like, now listen, Xerxes, I owe you a lot, and I cost you a lot, and I'm willing to follow you as far as you'll go. But I just want to make sure you see what I'm seeing. If somebody breaks you out of prison, Your head was on the chopping block. I can't imagine a way to put myself in someone's better graces than saving their neck. And then we're supposed to come meet some mystical man that's going to explain our lives, and on the ship ride along the way, he's filling our heads full of things that we want to hear, that maybe things aren't as dreadful as we know that they are, that maybe there's another path we're not considering. And then we just magically see writings on the wall that brings us to a tree. They know I speak Druidic. It brings us here, and all of a sudden we meet someone else that agrees with our new friend Al, that there are things that we're not considering. He also tells you exactly what you want to hear. Like, I've heard your stories about Isabel. Be careful. People who tell you exactly what you want to hear always want to sell you something. There's always something in it for them. Now, I'll follow you, but just don't get swept up in believing things just because you want them to be true. If this son of a bitch that we're meeting in the woods also starts spewing things that sound too good to be true for the third straight quote-unquote random encounter that were set up upon us that we didn't seek out, if they sound too good to be true, just they may be too good to be true.
I mean, wise counsel is always Selig. I will say that we do know we're in a different place. This is not our original home. And we know what we're up against. I saw him kill Steven. Saw him kill Lagandu. Saw him kill... Who else was in the fight?
Dyson.
Tyson was
I was
second.
waiting for it. So he's got this. He's got.
Tyson.
How many characters have we seen since then? Yeah.
Sorry, the prison. Terrible things. My brain. 3 of the most powerful warriors I've ever known. In an instant. I know we've got to be careful, but I'm not entirely sure what choice we have. But we'll keep both eyes open.
Say, I mean, you would see his countenance drop because he didn't witness all the deaths. So, like, every time it's brought up, he's kind of reliving the worst of what the imagination could like muster up from that moment, because he was out of the portal before I think only one person was down when he got out. So he'll nod and just like kind of sulk behind him back to the area there.
Sorry about that. Sometimes he gets a little afraid to go out in the dark when he has to pee. You're mentioning something about Isabel.
Yeah, Isabel, or I guess Izzy. Whichever way you talked to her about or named her. She's part of the reason I'm here. Again, amongst a lot of other probably not so coincidental happenings, but there was one of those nights I was in deep ritual meditation, and somehow, some way, she reached out to me. I don't really even know what exactly it is, because it's something I'd never experienced before. It wasn't druidic, that's for sure. Didn't even really seem of something religious either. It was some other just sensation, and she, amongst others, explained a little bit about what was happening, and that you guys were alive but not, and that you guys being on this alternative timeline, however you got here, was damaging to what you guys had initially set out to accomplish and to resolve. And there's a chance that without you guys returning back to your original time, that timeline will end. Or worse. And if that happens, then there might not be any other timelines that exist either.
And she was the one that sent you here, or this Sajan Baza?
Saj is the one that directly sent me here. They had the means to jump timelines, I suppose, if that's what's actually happening. Isabel just made me aware and requested that I find a way to find you and attempt to bring you back.
And what, may I ask, makes you so special? Other than, of course, your very fancy stick.
Yeah, well, it's really not that fancy, it's just a tree. That I don't know. That was not something that was relayed to me.
I like how you said it's just a tree. Something catches, we'll say, Xerxes. He seems perceptive, or maybe even Al. I don't know how perceptive Al is, but I feel like very.
Probably super.
I feel like feast or famine. If it's dark, got it. If it's daylight, nothing.
Something abnormal, like movement or something in the distance catches your eye. Something maybe within like 50, 60 feet, as if like you get the sense, we'll say Al and maybe Xerxes too. Something is like moving towards you, like towards the group. And it's like, we'll say it's dark because that's fun. So it's hard to like, and you're in the woods. So yeah, you get this sense out of the side.
So we just sense something's coming, or can we see like a shape?
Yeah, you might, like, you're not sure if you saw something or if you're just like, you heard something, you sent, like that feeling when you feel like something is out there.
Yeah.
You get that feeling. And that's
we're
in a certain direction.
Right, and we're in like a forest right now, right?
Yep, kind of dark foresty region.
Yeah, people would notice like Al immediately like shifts focus or attention from whatever conversation's being had. Yes, Marshall.
Yes, head moved 180 degrees.
Yes, like you see it like twist. too much. And
God, someone tries to heal your head immediately.
we might have some company, just so you all are aware. And he will kind of like just point his head in a direction, like nod in a direction. And how tall are these trees around us?
It's like evergreens. Like there's a smattering of different, heights.
I'll just get up into whatever the nearest tree is and see if
Oh
it
yeah,
gives
yeah.
better-
There's
better
definitely
vantage.
climbable trees in the area.
Like I need to climb.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say he can fly.
yeah. You can also
Like,
just
you're like, okay,
leap,
well, I'll go
fly.
50 feet up.
Yeah. You go up the tree. Roll perception.
Okay.
First, second roll of the night. Third roll. I don't even know.
Nailed it.
Okay,
Few things catch your eye.
All I see.
we're playing level 13.
The the first thing that catches your eye is there's a humanoid figure very quietly moving through the woods, kind of in your general direction. They're 60, 80 feet away, maybe. And like you see them like go between one like rocky outcropping to one tree, and it's kind of like crouching, and you can see like them kind of like trying to like look and maybe even trying to like listen in on what's happening. Like they seem to have been drawn to the sound of conversation in the woods at night. You suspect. It looks like someone investigating.
If it is someone within 60 feet,
Mm-hmm.
Al would do something. He would shadow step, as long as
Love
they're
that.
in darkness or dim light,
Love that.
appearing behind them.
Amazing. So the second thing that you noticed while you're still in the tree, so before you shadow step, if you so choose, that there's a large humanoid figure within like 20 feet of that.
Okay, so there's two.
Sneaky humanoid, yeah, unmoving, but big humanoid figure. Looks like metal armor, like plate armor, and just massively large, and definitely not a tell from what's already on the thing, but kind of like this shape, if I had to say. Kind of that.
No
that
idea
shape.
who this could be.
Yeah, but that's just standing there like 20 feet away, just kind of standing, and you like notice it, but it's not. It's completely unmoving.
He would still do it. He would still shadow step behind the smaller figure.
Does your shadow step make any sound?
No, it's a teleport.
Okay, so you appear behind this figure. This figure, but make a stealth check as you appear there. Because that's fun.
Gonna make me
I just
show
want to see
all my
the roll.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean you're making you do it. Yeah, so 26. You appear there and like barely make a sound. Like the wind is blowing through. This person is kind of like maybe like there's a little bit of foliage rustling where they're like looking, and they're like up against a kind of rock and like looking in that direction. You get the sense they didn't see you at all. Gildor, you've been kind of watching this interaction in the woods for a little while, kind of taking in the bits and pieces of the conversation you've been able to make out. But in the last few minutes, your attention was drawn to a humanoid figure that seemed to be making their way towards the camp. And you currently have your bow drawn against that figure from another 60 feet or so away. And then you see the owl that had just kind of vanished from your sight, from the conversation area, appear like right behind that figure where your bow is kind of drawn. And that's what you see. What do either of you do? Or what do both of you do? Sure.
What does the person look like? The owl.
Yeah, humanoid, dark browns, cloak kind of up over the head. You can see a dagger tucked into the back of their thing. They have like little pouches all over their belt. Dirty, but that's kind of just what you see from the back.
He will just speak to him. Greetings, voyeur. How can
Immediately tenses.
we be of assistance to you this fine evening? Since you made it so apparent of your desire or wish to join us.
Yeah, you just, in Gildor, you're seeing us from 60 feet away. You see this tensing, and you see that there's probably some conversing happening. But yeah, immediate tensing, and you see the hands like kind of. You can tell they're instinctively like trying to figure out how they can grasp a weapon, even though there is clearly someone directly behind them. Who are you?
It could easily be a friend or foe, depending on the manner in which you find yourself here this evening.
You can like almost see like the quivering in the hands. What brings you here? And it's still not like turned around, just incredibly tense.
Our business is our own for the moment. I believe it is you who is in order of answering questions.
Can I hear all this, or am I too far away?
If you want to get closer, they're fairly quiet. But if you want to try to get closer,
I'll do
stealth check.
Nice. I like your bonus.
16, pretty good.
So that's pretty good.
Incredible. Yeah, so this guy doesn't notice. I don't know what your passive is.
My passive? It's 23.
Okay, so you catch movement or something out of the corner of your eye, though it's another like far away. This guy does not catch a thing, and he's still kind of focused on what's happening.
Oh, did you suddenly lose your tongue?
Just doing my job.
And what would that be?
Watching the woods.
For who?
Send the shield guardian forward.
So from 20 feet away, the massive thing that you saw, Owl, begins to move. And is it just a walking forward?
Mm-hmm. It will, it's going to go to a tree.
Uh-huh.
And and thieves can't, it will knock out Are Y'all the Ones?
Incredible.
Give him a bottle cap.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. Love that. Yeah, so I think the minute that this thing moves, this guy like starts running.
The guy in front of me.
Yeah.
In what direction?
Away from it.
Away from the shield? The big thing?
Yeah, the giant thing moving.
So does that mean he's running towards our party?
He's running towards where you heard the movement before. So towards Gildor. Gildor, you
Oh,
see
he's
this
running
guy
towards me?
take a fucking jolt in your direction. And the party is like perpendicular. It's like we have this map here in front of us, but theater of the night.
Yeah. And Gildor has no idea who this guy is, right?
Yeah, you know that you've been tracking him sneaking up on the group that you were already.
Got it. Okay.
But he's now sprinting through the woods in your direction.
Okay. Gildor is going to take a shot and
Al in the head. Weird.
Shoot at me.
I can't believe he did that. Great. Love that. Love to see that.
And so
How do you roll?
Oh yeah, you're whispery right now.
Yeah, no, I know.
Okay.
Jesus.
Good Lord and Savior. And I, real quick, intentionally am aiming for like a leg or something. So if that like knocks points off the attack roll, but I'm not going for the kill. I'm going for.
Yeah, you're trying to down this guy, and it hits him. And as I don't know, he's maybe 8 feet away from Al at this point, like just like getting out of it, like, and it just the quickest trigger. And Al, you're hearing this knocking begin from the big thing on the tree, and in a moment you're like, wait a second. I don't know if you know that language, but if you do,
I do.
you start to pick up on what's the knocking. But yeah, that guy goes down like a sack of potatoes, just and like the arrow hits him in the leg, and he rolls, and he's just like laying there on the ground. And then the group of you all kind of heard this commotion as well, and can move in that direction. They're not that far, within 60 feet of you all this happening.
I would call out to them as well. I believe our contact is here now. We should do our best to greet him politely. And he'll move towards the Shield Guardian. Or the other figure that he heard.
I'm glad the Shield Guardian has a name now. That's nice.
Does it kneel? Okay.
I will adjust my
if you know, you know.
my things here. Neil, it is.
While they're on their way over, say like we'll ask Xerxes if he can still see in the dark.
Yes.
I believe so.
Tieflings, I think, have dark vision.
Yeah.
All right. We'll talk about those eyes later, big guy.
Yeah, mechanically, I'm not even sure how the as some of our racial traits were factored into the character build. It's not worth going through, but is interesting to think about.
It's interesting. It's of interest. Okay, so a little morning combat, evening combat, evening. Nothing like seeing some rolls. 16 natural 1 is always good to see. And a middling 24. So, great.
24 is middling.
Things are great.
Yep. Pretty bad roll. Good demo, though.
Great demo. I'm gonna say. Yeah, so that just happened. And we'll say this is the general layout of things as the group kind of makes their way over, and Al has approached Neil.
Not getting a direct response, Neil will knock out again. Are y'all the ones?
Being right next to him now, we'll knock on the same tree and Thieves Can't. Affirmative.
Well, coming from the opposite direction, dragging a body that is tied up now. A slightly tall 6'1" figure appears, dressed in all black, has, cowl over the face, 2 quivers of arrows, a couple of blades arrayed around a belt, has a light gray sash is the wrong word, but stripe going on the front of studded leather armor, and emblazoned on the stripe is a feather. And he will say as he's dragging the unconscious person, ?
Roll a message.
Okay.
Depends if he checked his pulse. Yeah, you didn't really check. You're just dragging him at the moment.
Okay.
With that 8. Thank goodness for there's still rolls under 10. Look at that, guys.
Yeah. Some might say I did a dip and sacrificed my reliable talent.
I was actually curious when you rolled the 1. Yeah.
I was too.
Yeah. I made choices.
Love that.
But yeah, I'll say he can hear you. He just can't speak back. And we'll kind of take it in. Is this everybody?
Assuming everyone else is pulling up. Now we'll look over. See you. Yeah.
Yeah, the gang has now made it. We'll basically use the map now that we have as distances for the group.
This is everyone. 3, now 4.
So there's 5 of us now. And I'm curious, who were y'all supposed to meet?
Some say a ghost haunted these woods.
Oh, ghost. I have not been called ghost in a while. See, I go by many names. Just kind of depends on the line. Sometimes I'm called Desmond, Leonard, Captain Janeway, Ghost, even a Major Cage once. But Ghost, it's been a minute. This bodes well for us. I have had success as Ghost. Y'all, introductions are in order. You were looking for Ghost. You have found him. I've given you many of my names. You can call me Gildor. It's good to meet you. I've got a good feeling. Yeah, y'all seem good. The movement you did, my avian friend, that was most impressive.
Your
next
skills,
question.
quite so indeed, too.
Yeah. Sorry about, and I'll kind of kick the body. You can never be too careful. I have seen more situations. I have forgotten more situations than I can remember. Many of them go poorly, so it's best to shoot first, ask questions later. Worst case, we'll try it again. Now, the question to the Prime Directive. Do y'all know why you're here?
Selig will absolutely give Xerxes the side eye when Gildor says, shoot first and ask questions later, knowing that he's heard that out of Xerxes' mouth 1,000 times and just gave him a speech about this forced teaming that he's about to undergo.
I mean, this guy makes some great points.
So to get back to the question, I believe it's a matter of diverging timelines and fates, splinterings from the primary path.
Yes, yeah, that, couldn't have said it better myself. It's good. This saves us a lot of time. Sometimes, I kind of have to do a whole, debriefing thing, and, it's really hard to explain. So, you seem to have a good grasp on it, already. I am a, member of a society that is, dedicated ourselves to trying to stop it, try to fix the prime timeline. Okay, yeah, I'm really feeling good. I didn't catch your names. Like I said, I'm Gildor. My associate here is Neil, and Neil will raise a gauntlet.
I am Al, and he will do like a stiff bow. Stiff but formal bow.
Onlookers.
The onlookers do not have as good as manners as myself, I see.
You can just call me Kale.
Kale, excellent.
I did not get that name yet either.
You didn't ask.
We were interrupted before I could.
The name is Xerxes.
Selig, B, crewmate. You said you'd done this before, yes?
I think so. I don't know if I've done this before. I don't recall having ever met any of you, so I guess to give you a little context, because sadly, it may not matter. I am somewhat of a nomad, if you will. The boots on the ground. The Order of the Feather has tasked me to go into some of the diverging timelines and to try and identify people or items that will be of value in bringing the timelines back together. Yes, it's possible. We've done this before. I don't remember y'all, which doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it does mean we haven't failed spectacularly, because those ones stick. I can tell you that. Yeah, I have, as a precautionary measure, have my memory erased after every mission. You may have not have encountered them yet. It might have been this poor fellow right here. But there are agents out there who are trying to stop us, trying to stop me specifically. And should any of my order fall, this is a safety precaution to make sure that I cannot be turned to use against the Order of the Feather. So we're here to hopefully get some of y'all back to the prime timeline. There is an artifact nearby. I don't know if you've ever encountered one before. It's called an ember, and our goal here is to acquire said ember and to get y'all back to where you belong.
How will this ember help in mending the timeline?
That is a fantastic question, Owl. I have no idea. So my contact, a very powerful wizard, has said they are of key importance to making sure that they fall in the correct hands. Could very much turn the tides in our favor. So I don't know if I've even acquired one or not. Like I said, compartmentalization, redundancy is our first defense against the powers of darkness. I can tell you that I was there at the beginning when the timeline started collapsing in a faraway place. It started with the death of a vampire, and it caused a ripple effect that is now affecting us all here today.
Would Selig and Xerxes know by now in this time world there had been no burning here?
Yeah, I suspect.
So they were... Okay, so there's no reason for them to believe that an ember would be here.
Correct. Yeah, that'd be weird.
Well, you say the fact that we are here means we have not failed spectacularly. I take it that means we also have not succeeded spectacularly.
Probably not. Like I said, I've been to many places. I've lived many lives. Some of them seemed pretty good. I would have called them successes, but yet here I am still. My mission not complete. So you're probably right. Or maybe we have succeeded and something got messed up downstream. And once again, I've been set back to try and get it right from start to finish. And he will pull out a big pitcher and just kind of like cheers everyone to a successful go-round. And we'll take a big swig out of that.
Is it mayonnaise?
This is not mayonnaise. That's an interesting question. No, this is a special brew of wine that I create here.
How pressing is it that we pursue this ember now?
It is the sole reason that we are here.
I mean, should we go there immediately, or
Yes.
looking at the time, is it rest?
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can rest. I thought you like I said, I meet a lot
No,
of
as in
people. They have a lot
right
of
away.
different goals. No, we can rest. I thought you were like wanting to make a little side journey somewhere. Like we're kind of here. It's the entrance to the I don't know what you would call it. The temple should be nearby, and so yeah, we can rest. But as soon as we can get started, the better. As you may or may not know, you mentioned the diverging timelines. This timeline is going to implode on us at some point, and so we've got to get this in under the wire. Otherwise, we'll have to try again. And
Well,
that gets old.
if everyone's up for it, we could go right away. I don't think anyone is too tired.
Where exactly did you come from?
Where did I come from? This was. My strongest memory, I was trapped for, I think, 34 days in a land called Barovia. Before that, everything's really, really hazy.
Can I insight that? Is our ghosty friend Gildor lying about his memory?
Up to you to decipher those roles as you will, Marshall.
He definitely does not remember, like, to Kale's question, does not know where he's from.
Like you can genuinely see like the puzzle look on his face, sort of thing, trying to think about it.
He hasn't been asked that in a while.
Right. Well,
So how does your path work?
While Kale's talking, I'm also going to be investigating our dead corpse friend. I'm assuming he's dead. Is he dead?
Yeah, when you kick them and then like eventually flip them over, you see like the snapped off part of your arrow that like is lodged in his thigh, and though you weren't aiming for a kill shot, it found the femoral artery or whatever that's in there, and just he just bled out. Yeah,
Nice, excellent.
It was just too good of an accident. So
Yeah. All right, I will investigate the body.
Yeah, so robes, like kind of just cheap robes, dirty. They've been well worn. Around his neck is a necklace with a symbol of like a flaming bird. On it, he's got a dagger, leather armor just beneath the stuff, and then some in the pouches, some things that you would recognize as being like material components and stuff.
Do I recognize the flaming bird?
Yeah, it is the symbol of Sargonus.
Sargonus?
Yep. Symbol
sorry,
Gilgore
Caleb,
knows well.
You were asking, say that again? How does my path work?
Yeah. So you don't remember where you come from, but you know this timeline's gonna end. So let's say you've done this a couple times. If this timeline ends, then how do you end up back at the start? And then how do you learn about why you're still here?
So you're asking, you're basically asking about my contact. I will kind of look around for a minute. I suppose it's all right to share. So I have another member of my society. His name is Morden Kynan, and he allows me and has given me the ability to travel the timelines. And he is the one who modifies my memory. He's my contact, if you will, after each mission, so that I can't be turned for the forces of evil. I think it's best to say, like, I almost operate outside the timeline. At least that's kind of what I have picked up. And I know that if we fail, I'll just get sent back to the beginning until we get it right, or I'll get sent to a new timeline with very similar circumstances to see if that's the right one. Like I said, I kind of asked, so I wasn't sure if this was everybody. I don't know who I'm meeting. I just know the time and the place on the plane and the where, and what I'm after. And here's hoping that y'all are actual prime. We've got prime characters here, prime, that you're the real people, and we can get you home.
I assure you we are. However, I don't see what the Ember has to do with any of this. What's stopping you from just sending us back to the Prime right now?
I can only do it for myself. It's something to do with the gifts that the Order of the Feather and the First Order have bestowed. I go where they send me. I am not the sender.
So you're here to guide us? Or help us?
Yeah, absolutely. That's, you nail on the head. That's why we're here. We're in this together. If you fail, I fail.
Interesting.
Oh, what makes you think you can trust this Morden Kanan? You've given him access and power over your memories. Very nature of what makes you you at times. How do you know he has not twisted you into his own tool? For his own ends?
Let's just say he owes me. That, the scales are still in my favor, I think is a good way to put it. So
maybe he has only twisted your memory to make you feel like he owes you.
I mean, I appreciate these are dark days, and skepticism is healthy. You're welcome to go on your way, and I'll just wait until it's time for me to get sent to the next timeline. So, like I said, it doesn't matter to me. I'm serving a higher purpose out here, and that's making sure the timeline gets fixed. So you can either choose to trust me or not. I did, send you the message and tell y'all where to be. So hopefully that knowledge should indicate that we're after the same thing.
I trust you, just not this master of yours, this Mordenkainen.
Master is a little. I think you're projecting some things that aren't really appropriate, accurate. Like I said, contact.
Contact.
We each have our gifts. You move 60 feet in a single blink of an eye. That's a cool gift. Mordenkainen has some arcane knowledge and skills, if you will. Some might say that got him into some trouble that yours truly had to get him out of. So, like I said, we've got a good understanding.
Well, enough of it lines up. I will trust you.
There is something very ironic coming off of Salig's conversation that just more and more sussy people coming out, and now people, Kale just got here 5 seconds ago, and he's like, I don't know if we should trust this guy. It's like, who are you?
It's a weird world y'all are living in. Sure.
I'm gonna speak for my whole party.
Well, listen, I got here 3 minutes ago, and let me tell you, just funny. Would Xerxes have? I can't remember, because I think Xerxes would be the only one that would know. Does the name Gildor ring a bell to him from the Nothgeath Temple? Like, did we know we were meeting Gildor, or did we just know we were meeting a rando?
You knew the name of a ghost, or that was on the letter.
It's a letter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when that name was brought up, and that would be interesting to you for sure.
Yeah, because we were supposed to meet a ghost outside of Brandy.
Greyforge.
No,
Outside of Greyforge.
Between
between
North,
right
northeast.
after winter.
Like the spring, yeah.
In the spring, after the first of Stormfall, and it was the year 1475 when you got that note. But the new year would have brought spring, and it would have been 1476, which just so happens to be right around now. In a little town outside of Greyforge.
In the little town of Bethlehem.
In the little town of Bethlehem, the cultish town of Bethlehem, where they worship Sargonis, the Firebringer.
So Xerxes would be connecting that this would potentially be the same person they were supposed to meet.
Yes, I think so.
That's not going to calm Salig's fears at all.
It's awfully convenient.
Some might say it'll inflame them.
Oh, life is awfully convenient.
And Xerxes does or does not have his ember in this current situation?
That's probably undetermined from a PC perspective. We wouldn't know.
Can't just feel it in ya.
I mean, a lot of things are feeling weird right now.
Fair.
Some things are falling to the right that should be falling to the left, that kind of thing.
Any new scars you don't remember?
Oh yeah, all that stuff.
Am I a lefty? What?
Even if he doesn't have it, you feel like if he came in contact with one, he'd be able to say, like, this is either legit or this is not legit.
Probably. He'd
One
be
would
familiar.
Yeah. So what exactly is this ember you're talking about?
It is a quite powerful artifact. It's see what I know about it.
That might be about
Yeah,
the extent of it.
Yeah, that's about all I know. It's a powerful artifact that
has connection to the gods. But yeah,
Yep.
other than that.
and probably will help facilitate getting y'all back to your timeline.
Yeah, Gildor knows that a lot of his missions that he's attempting to find ways to get these artifacts into the hands of the people that can actually use them. Whether or not he's failed a bunch of times or succeeded some of those times, he doesn't wholly know, as he's kind of indicated. And can I just say, you've all been doing just so fantastic with the bullshit of the smattering of chaotic emails that I've sent you. So, bravo. Bravo.
So this ember is in the nearby town?
Yeah, there's a temple to a god called Sargonus that is buried beneath the town, I believe.
We know about Sargonus.
What's that?
What do I know about
What,
Sargonus?
or just us collectively as a party, I guess.
Oh, okay.
What do we know about Sargonus?
You can roll religion if you want.
Sure.
It's a little different based on timelines and such. You probably don't even need to roll. I'm gonna put this information out there anyway.
That might have been embarrassing.
Yeah, so Sargonus Firebringer, he's the domain god of war. He's a dusk god. And like many of the dusk gods, not like massive followings. Some of those dusk gods were like more in the veils of like cults, thought of as like cultish people, like just like smaller sects of followers. Not quite as small and as scary as like Viscerus per se. But yeah, I mean, I've got the little thing pulled up. Dogma for Sargonus is be loyal to those who are loyal to you and destroy those who betray you. Never show mercy, for mercy dishonors both you and your enemy. Honor over vengeance, or honor over weakness, vengeance over forgiveness. Those are Sargonus's words.
Seems like a great ember for Selig right now.
Yeah, it seems like a chill dude.
Yeah, war god, big fiery condor, and also bulls are like the symbols of Sargonus.
Sagittarius, Sargonus.
What?
Nothing. I was just saying.
And Torgon follows Sargonus. That's the one carryover god that I brought. That's a real D&D god. I think from Dragonlance, maybe.
Torgon?
Yeah,
So
Torgon. Sargonus is like the one carryover god that's like a god that exists in actual, like, I think Dragonlance. I think. Because Torgon followed Sargonus.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard you say Dragonlance like in the Dragon Tales voice.
Like in the
Dragonlance, Dragonlance, we are the Dragonlance.
That'd be fun. Thanks for making animated.
Well, unless anybody has anything to speak out against, shall we see what the deal is with this cult town and Ember?
Is this something you want to tackle now? At night?
No, in the morning. Ghost, you're the one who's already been here. What do you know of the place?
Sooner we get to it, the sooner we get through it. I can see fine right now. I don't know if y'all have a proclivity for the darkness or not. Some might say I try to be one with the darkness. But, yeah, if y'all can't see very well or don't like the dark, we can do a daybreak approach, but up to y'all.
Xerxes and Selig, what do you make of all this?
What say you?
Well, I gotta say it's been a lot. Not just the last 5 minutes or so, but the last 2 weeks or so. But, if y'all are to be believed, it does seem like time is of the essence. We wouldn't really want the timeline to collapse on top of us. I see no harm in going now.
Selig.
May as well. See what the end of this road is. Seems nothing is going to happen here other than maybe someone showing up with a publisher's clearinghouse check. Some other good fortune I wasn't expecting. May as well get to it.
Excellent. Let's begin our adventure.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Under the cover of night, you guys will make your way through the woods and towards this supposedly abandoned town. Don't mind me, just trying to figure out why things don't work. Like, love that they're fixing things about Roll20, but hate that it makes things insanity sometimes.
Yeah, messing up some old stuff.
Yeah, it's just like, why you gotta be like that? No idea why that just made that token totally broke. But it did. Alright, I think they all work. So I have you in a weird position on this map, but don't worry about it at this point. I'm just gonna put you on so that you can visualize this a little bit. Not that it's that easy to visualize because it's dynamic lighting. What I need from them is like some cool like way to make dynamic lighting less horrible to look at sometimes. But that's a hard thing to figure out. Okay. So what you're gonna come up to through these woods is a small village, wooden buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 12 to 18 buildings, pretty close together. It is night, and so it's pretty quiet. You can hear the soft sounds of like water. There's like a lake to the south of the current location on the map. And yeah, a bunch of just small wooden buildings. That you guys kind of make your way into the site of the town. You don't necessarily need to be like literally in it right now, as you are on the map. But yeah, it's kind of in a more cleared out area. There's some trees kind of sporadically throughout, but otherwise, that is what you see.
Sorry, I missed some of that because my thing died for a second. Do we see any people moving around town?
Make a perception check. Let's see those perceptions. Let's see what we got. 19 solid. 18 solid.
So
Still solid, to be honest. Yeah, as you guys scan the area 21. This is an arms race here. That was with a +5.
Yeah.
Taking the lead.
Welcome. Yeah, so as you guys are kind of scanning the area, you don't see any movement. It is probably closing in on, like, or I would say closing in on midnight at this point. Like it's dark, kind of dead at night. At current, you don't see any movement as far as you can tell throughout the town. You don't hear anything out of the ordinary other than the sounds of the forest at night and the like sloshing of the lake or whatever, because the lake has tide for some reason. I don't know. It's the wind. It's the wind blowing through the trees, and it's not that big of a lake. Nobody out on boats on the lake or anything,
That's good.
as far as you know. No motorboats, at least.
So this temple is underground. Do you have any idea of how we might reach it?
I'm assuming there's an entrance in one of these buildings. Do any of the buildings like stand out from the others, like structurally or appearance-wise? Holy shit!
Jesus.
My word, that's not even a question.
Christ.
I don't know why that took so long to come through.
I mean, it just made me more upset. So, there, from where you guys like currently are, you don't see any like larger buildings. There's a few that are kind of up on like shelves of like higher areas of rock. Down to the south, there's actually one right here that's like on an upper shelf. But obviously that's just like the land, so it's not necessarily that the building looks all that different. They all look fairly similar design. They're like your classic like wooden medieval little Tudor style little like village. A little like worn down, not in pristine condition, but
All right, well, just process of elimination, I guess.
So I can find any other signs.
Do any of these buildings look like some sort of chapel, temple?
Not necessarily that you can tell just from looking at the current moment. We'll say, like, at the moment you guys moved in, this one here is looks like a watchtower of some kind. So you'd be able to kind of spot that. And if you want to enter from a different angle, you can. I just had you on the upper left of the map so you could see. But yeah, this looks like some kind of a watchtower here. But you don't see any figures like in it at the top of it or anything.
And probably no torches or lights either, right?
Correct. There's not a torch or a light.
Anywhere in the town?
There are some like dimly burning, maybe torches on like the exterior of a couple of the houses, and maybe some dim light coming from within a few of them, but super dim. And there's like a couple like those lit houses also have a little bit of like wispy smoke coming out of the chimneys.
So it's not completely abandoned for sure.
Yeah, which is unexpected from the point that you kind of thought this might be an abandoned place.
So over here, is that an actual graveyard?
Yes,
Cemetery?
there is a cemetery.
Be a good place to start. In those small towns, the cemetery is next to the temple or shrine. Moving stealthily, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Something up?
I was waiting for him to ask for a stealth roll, but he hasn't asked for one yet.
Oh, it's coming. You know
Okay.
it's coming.
At this little crag, I guess, where Robot Guy is,
Yeah.
before you guys advance through that kind of chokehold,
Camera rock. Oh god.
Kale is gonna ask you guys to hold up for a second, and he, because of how quiet it is, we are worried of potentially fix what?
Camera rock.
Camera rock.
Nice.
He is going to cast Pass Without Trace on everybody.
Nice.
That's what I need. Gildor with like another plus.
Yeah.
Sure, that's great.
Guildor's minimum is now 26, Michael.
Cool.
And then while we're here together in a group, he is also going to ask that even though we don't necessarily trust is something that we haven't fully established yet, however, I think it can be safe to say that we all want to make it out of here alive, whether that's back home to a specific timeline or just out of this village to begin with. So make sure you keep your head on a swivel, and if worse comes to worse, maybe kind of look out for one another. And we're going to use Triangle of Trust to link everybody together.
You son of a bitch.
It's amazing.
So as long as this will be on everybody except Robot Iron Giant. If you're within 30 feet of everybody, or 30 feet of somebody.
Any blinded creatures within 30 feet of another, the creature can roll deep.
So bad.
Does only last for 10 minutes, so.
Nice. So.
Damn it.
No more than once per turn, too.
That spell, by the way.
Correct. Yeah, just once per turn if we're in combat. But yeah,
The triangle.
it's more of a triangle. It's bigger triangle now, but you know,
It's a multi-dimensional triangle.
it's a pentagon of trust.
Yeah.
Oh man.
The polygon of trust.
Polygon. Someone call us the fighting polygon team.
The fighting polygon team.
So, us and our minimum 26 stealth over here. We'll keep going forward.
Yeah, I will ask you to roll the freaking check.
Jeez. That was bad too. 29 from Gilroy there, Michael.
Great.
Yeah.
29. What else we
Plus-
got?
Plus 10 to your rolls.
20. Look. 22. Good. Oh my word. 29. Look at that. Keeping up. 23.
Yeah, I'm pulling up Neil's.
Yeah, come on, Neil.
Oh, 11. Rough.
Poor Neil.
Neil. You guys happy with your current positions on the map?
Yes.
You who's my high passives on this squad?
For,
I could
Owl's
clip
at
your token.
23.
Passive
Oh, yeah,
perception,
23.
25.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I figured he was about to one-up me on that.
Look,
That
damn,
plus
amazing.
15.
Yeah, so the two of you in the center there, Al and Kale, you see, we'll say like here, there's like a window here, and you see like there's probably curtains on the other side of it, and like you see the curtain kind of move, and there's like light behind the window, so like that kind of gives way a little bit, like something looked out the window as Neil like stepped on a stone loudly or kicked a rock or stepped on a small cat. I don't know what he did, but passed by the trace.
11 isn't that bad.
Did not help.
Yeah, Kay will try to catch people's attention quietly and point just up towards the building. Just kind of acknowledge that there's at least someone up.
So it looks like someone's looking out the window, right?
It doesn't anymore, but it did. Yeah,
It did
there
for a
was
moment.
Like the movement of the drape kind of tells that someone peeked out of there.
Is anything happening in the moments following as we're kind of watching?
Not immediately.
Where's the entrance to this building?
The entrance is up here. Yep.
Are we free to move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I go up and listen at the door?
Yes.
See if there's any
Absolutely.
rustling inside.
Gildor's got arrow, and like he'll motion for you to go to the door.
Yeah, make a perception.
All right, the
check.
14 is the right one.
Okay. Yeah, as you're listening, and yeah, you can hear some movement like inside, but you can't make out anything more than that. The doors are pretty heavy, pretty big. Wind kind of going on outside. As I said, motorboats on the lake. Late night booze cruise.
Booze crew.
Yeah, they're listening to country music. But yeah, so you do hear movement inside, like maybe a creaky floor, some shuffling around of things. Maybe.
He'll do like a thieves' cant tapping with his toe on the ground, telling Gildor he hears some movement but nothing distinctive.
Double thumbs.
Well, I'll tap back. Go ahead and open. I got you covered.
All right. We're fine with invading this one. Yeah, you'll quietly and deftly check to see if the door is locked, and if it is, he will attempt to unlock it.
Okay. It does not appear to be locked. You guys are gonna love how I do this because this map is not set up correctly. Really good.
Or all the buildings just gonna poof open up before us.
No, I'm much more skilled than that. Oh God, so dumb. Okay, this is old school right here. Yeah, it is not locked.
Kind of body standing aside from the door, so he's not like directly in front of. He's like pushing it with his long arm.
Long arm. Okay, the door begins to open, and I'll have you all roll for. I drew a shape inside of the shape that I had, so. Pretty clever. Because there was no door.
That makes sense. I've been there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, look at us. Look
Roguey
at us,
rogues.
Marshall.
What is
Getting them all out? Are you getting them all out? Okay, let's do this. God, this is going to be horrible. This is going to be horrible. What is in the middle?
Initiative's just Dex, right? Straight up.
Yeah, he'll have a. It's on the right side of his armor class.
I see it.
Yeah, it's like the NPC sheet's a little different. Okay, let me get some. Roll, Rick, roll. I wish I could do them all at once. That would make my life so much easier. Okie dokie. My word. Alright. You slowpokes were still. Had some fast people. So what you see is a group of humanoids that look ready for a fight. They looked like they were waiting for the doorknob to move and began like kind of charging. And we'll all be acting in the first round of combat. Kale, you are first, and you see some of these folk kind of moving towards the door.
Okay, I'm going to, I think, do this. Let's see, it's got range. One, two, three. Okay, I'm going to, it's an action, cast Bless on Al Gildor and probably Xerxes, I think, because he'll be more attacky, I'm assuming, than Selig. And just to be clear, Bless does stack with Triangle of Trust.
Bond. Triangle
Yes.
Trust, nice.
So,
Triangle of Trust.
yeah. Bless will be a
I should use that
D4 on.
initiative.
Yeah, I just thought.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's got the bond?
Everybody except Iron Giant.
Okay, great. You guys know that.
That's, yeah. I can put 5 people on that. Bless, I just did 3 for now.
So who's blessed?
Gildor, Owl, and Zerk.
Great.
Our attacky boys. Because we need them to hit.
The bond? Okay.
And that's gonna be it.
Selig.
Selig doesn't really know anybody's attack proclivities other than Xerxes. And to be honest, like, doesn't really know what Xerxes can do right now, because we don't know the Xerxes gun situation. But he will move, and knowing at least the person he has a true emboldening bond with, likes to shoot if he can.
That's rude. I'll show you.
We're just gonna catch as many of these little guys as we can.
How you going, little?
With that, and try to,
Love that.
if that can be done, like through the cracks in the flooring. Like, I don't know what kind of, if that's like a, not a wood flooring, if it's like, I don't think it can come up through that, if it's like a concrete floor.
Yeah, I mean, it's wood. I think
Wood to me.
I don't think it needs.
Comes through the window.
Yeah, I love it. It's in there.
It's the happening.
I see weeds
Plants are
moving
attacking.
concrete.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is a square. This is
Square.
a cast to others. This is a. Where's the linger? Oh, linger button. All right, where do we want it? What is it? 20 feet?
20 feet.
You want it one back from there, so it doesn't get out, or
I think it's
why is it
20
originating?
The 20-foot
Total,
square,
not
so 10
radius.
feet.
Yeah,
God,
that is.
I am gonna kill that one now. Still. It needs to originate from edge or a corner. Oh God, nope, not that. Edge. What is edge? Oh, I hate that too. All right, we'll do center. We do center. Back to where we were.
That looks great.
Yeah,
Like
that's
that?
perfect. That's perfect
Okay.
right there.
feet. Alright, do I roll now, or... Creature in the area when you cast a spell must succeed a strength saving throw, or be restrained by being from plants until the spell ends. Creature restrained by plants can use action to make a strength check. Okay, so immediately, I would say. We'll go top down strength saving throw. Ooh, a lot of flat D20 zonies here. Top right guy, fail. That guy, fail. 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 Alright. Those guys all fail. And... oh, this guy's fun too. 18. Tie goes to the runner. This ain't go. Alright, so all of these bastards failed. So what? They're all restrained? Oh my word.
Okay, right?
We know. We can just know.
Yeah.
Click on every single icon.
Click on the one that's not restrained.
Yeah, I know. There's two of them that are not restrained.
Oh.
But I'm literally going to do that. The two that are not restrained are just being like, oh, he's not flying. He's not flying.
Actually, that
He's
is
free.
easy to remember.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. This guy is not restrained. He's going to move the fuck out of that area. Seeing outside his window some scary things. One of them being a very large robot. He doesn't like that. So he will cast a spell. Xerxes.
The cult leader just disappeared.
It is your go. Only Neil knows that.
Initiative check.
Only Neil in the initiative tracker.
How do you want to do this, Michael?
Hey, do I get to kill you? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
How do I want to do this?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh. So that is a gift. What do you mean? Whatever do you mean?
I mean, we didn't really come to a conclusion on how we wanted to handle this gun situation.
It's true.
Which, for the record, is my own fault, because I had exactly 0 ideas.
I'm good with whatever you're feeling in the moment.
Try to summon your radiant gun.
If you want to have some other version of gun, I mean, tonight we can just roll a gun because it's 10:06, and this is going to be the last thing we do tonight as far as combat goes.
Yeah.
Mechanically speaking, you're going to be able to do your things. It's just how you want to end up eventually filled.
Okay. For now, we'll just everyone remember that this is retconned and something cool happened for sure.
Right away, you gotta roll first.
All right.
Cool.
Let's get to attacking this guy.
You have advantage because he is restrained.
Cool. Oh no, where'd the sheet go? Killing me.
Yeah, those will work. 7 points of some kind of damage. 7 points of some kind of damage.
So good. That thing you have.
It's very exciting
Such
and
a
cool.
weird crossbow.
Yep, that is his turn. Gosh, it's just so weird. It's so weird. Being back.
You're back to the
Have you
ranged
lost
boy.
combat abilities?
Back to the ranged boy.
I mean, no, but also like, I don't know, like he's not optimized because he was built from level 1.
Yeah, it's true.
I have a
Wow.
19
I just-
dex.
No, I thought you had more than just 2 attacks. I don't know why.
No, I think I only have 2.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember. Maybe I do. I don't know. I'll go look at the
Maybe
sheet.
only-
End of turn.
It might only be 2, but I don't know. Yeah, I thought I remember you rolling multiple times, but that's okay.
It needs to.
I think he's got
Been a
some
while.
action
Homework.
surge.
It's been a while since Nate since the sheet.
Oh yeah, he might have an action surge or something.
Oh, I actually do have a 3rd attack. Preston is correct.
Take it.
Or as I think Michael wrote on my sheet, extra attack.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh no, just extra attack. Yeah. Sorry. Here's one more.
Yeah.
Coming at you hot.
Ooh.
I think that's also
Critical threat.
Ooh.
Critical threat. Critical threat.
Oh.
Oh,
Critical threat.
One more and
same
it's
damage.
One more and it's an auto.
Critical threat.
Oof.
mm,
Card.
Oh,
Okay. Let's see if this guy's still kicking. Huh?
Say,
No, he's not.
Get tired.
He's not alive. 23 points damage. He did. He did.
he did.
Right through the lung. Dead right through the lung. Okay. Okay, I am restrained. I have options. I can try to break it, or I can just deal with it. Is that my options?
Pretty much.
Strength check against the spell save DC as an action.
Goodness. I don't. What can I do restrained? Guess I could cast a spell if I can. Nothing good will come with that. Can he see? You know, can certainly try. Yeah, alright. Seems like a good move. Salik. He yells something at you. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, cool, love it. Critical 30. So yeah, he was yelling. He was trying to command. What he was trying to do. He was trying to command you to drop the spell. Though it did not work, and now he is continued to be restrained. This guy would try to fucking break it. Get the hell out of there. Great. Gildor?
So that's supposed to be Neil. I don't know why. Gildor crit failed on his initiative.
Oh,
It's
did
only
it?
letting me have- It's only let me have one token in the thing though, so I don't know how we're gonna
I'll add him. Do you remember what Gildor had?
Gildor had 6.
Okay. There we go.
We'll move.
So scary.
And
You do have advantage on the guy, right?
yes, he does.
He
He's
is
going to
very
do what Neil does best,
fiery stone.
and he's going to Falcon Punch twice.
Yeah. Hits. Just ground and pound.
Yep.
Okay.
Nothing like a good run game.
Ouch.
That's my
Beautiful.
turn.
Okay. This one gets a panicked look on his face. He sees that big thing enter the room. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, he'll cast a little spell. How is this going to help? That's a good question. Will it do it how I want it to? Oh, maybe. Okay, this one I need Connor to be here. I don't know what the spiritual weapon is. Sarconus is. Probably like an axe or something. I
was gonna say, it sounds like a bit old battle axe. Didn't he carry a battle axe? I just feel like it
appears on the battlefield.
scary.
And I'm gonna use this camera rock. This red camera rock. Yes.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. A big giant boulder appears. Because he cast spiritual. And I believe it gets to do a strike. If I'm not mistaken.
You are correct. Ooh.
Mother of pearl. What is the? Why is it blessed? It's not blessed. It's not blessed. That's a myth. That's a miss. Okay, I think that's it. Good try, buddy. That one is dead. Ow.
Okay. Let me get a better view of what's going on inside.
Look out for that big rock.
That's that big rock. How bright is it in this room?
There's candles. It's dimly lit.
Dimly lit?
Mechanically dim lighting.
I am going to bonus action. Shadow step behind him.
Sick.
And I have advantage on the first attack I make after I shadow step. Here's shadow step just to make you feel better.
It won't. It'll make me feel worse.
And he draws his needle-like short sword and will stab.
Yup.
21, and then extra attack will stab again. For 7.
Beautiful. That guy is not having a good day. Some bowels come out of him, probably, because that thing slices through. But he is still standing, just
Little bowelless.
a little bowelless.
That's it.
Okay. This guy will also cast a boulder, spiritual boulder. Continue the onslaught of giant weaponry. Yes! 2 points of damage against Neil.
would, baby.
What are they rolling? A DA? +1? Oh man. Alright, Gildor.
Alright. I will move. So I have Emboldening Bond and Bless with stacks.
Yep.
Let them go.
2d4s. Have at it.
We can only use the bullying bond once. On your turn.
Correct.
Right, yeah. Alright, so I am going to make my first attack at this middle guy right there. And I'll advantage because they have not gone yet.
Yeah, and because he is
They're restrained.
restrained.
Yeah. And so
And you said this guy?
I'll use sharp.
I don't even know who it was. Doesn't really... Oh, this guy.
No, that one. I'm using sharpshooter, which will be -5, and if I'm worried about it, I'll use my d4s.
Love that. 17.
Sure, I'll use.
And yeah, he has a little bit of cover because of the... Oh, sharpshooter ignores cover.
Sharpshooter ignores it.
Ignores cover.
Yeah. So how about a nice healthy 20?
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, so that's 42 points of combination of
He's got
sneak attack, fire, and piercing damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
With my second attack.
Ooh, that's new for him.
Little dip.
Little
Nice
fighter.
dip.
Fighter dip.
Yeah. I will attack the guy right next to my good old buddy Neil.
Right.
How's here? I'll use my other D4. That was a nice 22.
Yeah, that does hit.
And that will be 22 points of fire and piercing damage.
If I remember, I think you can only use the blazing bowstring once, but either way, that guy is going to be dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's once per turn. But still, even with that damage taken out.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yep, you are correct.
Even with that guy taken out, he's dead. Alright, 2 down in that round. What else? Anything else, Gildor?
Nope.
Okay. This guy's dead. This guy is alive.
I'll call out
Barely.
Owl and Seaons and just shout, see if we can capture him.
That's a good call. This guy will turn around. I guess try and touch you. Try and touch you. I think it's touch. Yeah, try and touch him. Make a melee spell attack. No +4, just 16.
It will miss.
Okay, he tries to discharge of inflict wounds into you.
That would be nasty.
Pretty nasty one. Yeah. Oh, 3 8s. Nice.
3 8s. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That's solid.
scary.
I think it was the bowels hanging out of him that made him like, really try and hurt you. This one's dead.
Not the usual way you're supposed to empty your bowels.
We'll probably do that next. Kale. You're up.
Are these windows?
Yeah, they're windows. They've got large like curtains covering
Oh,
them from the inside, but
Oh, okay, so I
if you
can't
want to go
see.
bounding and jump through them, you certainly could.
Nope, I don't. I do not.
Smash
I
through.
just wanted.
try not
I just
get
wanted to
hit by-
see through them. No,
Oh, they are.
I am a supporty boy, so don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
I'll go there next to my other supporty boy. What do we got? I saw Owl run in there, right?
Saw him disappear.
He disappeared, yeah.
Disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Vanished. In a poof of darkness. Shadowy darkness.
Wisp of shadow.
I suppose. I really don't have anything to do. Not wasting spells on this.
No, definitely not.
Is this guy
There's
alive?
only 4 left.
He's sensing,
In a
he's
doorway?
sensing my bluff. He's sensing my bluff. Yeah, that guy's alive.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Well, dead.
He's got a little bit of cover.
Bow.
Oh, well, doesn't have cover.
Oh, okay. Well, there's no text. Okay, please hold.
Toll of Dead Wisdom.
Yes.
Fail.
The damage?
D12.
If it's
If
damage.
it's D8 if it's full
Yeah,
health D8.
This guy's full health.
Okay.
Should
There's
be
only
3.
one D8?
It's just a
Oh,
D8.
No,
It should be 3d8.
Unless you
Oh, yeah, 'cause I'm 11th level.
Like class go.
Well, let's see. Yep. It doesn't matter multi-class. It's just what your total level is, I believe.
Yep.
So that's fun. Now I've lost my Roll20 page.
Rip.
Too many tabs.
Too many tabs.
There's a lot of tabs.
Too many tabs.
Solid. 16 points of damage. Love that.
There we go.
Alright.
That's it.
Alright. Round 2.
Woo!
Sailor.
Alright, we'll pop up here and take aim at this dude. And I don't really know what happens here if this hits because he's restrained. But either way, I think it's bad news.
Can't wait.
Oh, nothing happens.
Nothing
He misses.
Well, you have
And-
advantage because he's restrained and you make
You do
He's
have
a.
restrained.
advantage,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
he's restrained.
so nothing
You'll
happens.
take the 8. Yep, nothing happens. We'll take the 8.
We'll use
Oh,
the
wait,
rest
you
of.
have,
Yeah,
He
so you have
misses.
D4s.
You got 2 d4s. You could technically.
You have
No, he has
2D.
1. He has
Yeah, I
1. He
just
doesn't
have
have the
one.
bless.
He does not have the
So the 12 gonna hit.
probably.
12. Nope.
10 hit.
10 does not hit.
Right. He'll use the rest of his movement to just get out of eyesight, so he can hold his concentration for sure, and that'll be his turn.
Love it. Right. Some things happen, and Xerxes.
Alright, the guy that's his turn is next, that's who we're aiming at.
Great.
Advantage still.
Yes, he is still restrained. And he will likely stay that way. Well, maybe he won't. Maybe he won't stay that way.
Permanently.
Red, critical
Oh my god, again?
Oh,
So-
wow.
Oh my goodness gracious. Let's go. Whatever this weapon is, man, Xerxes loving it.
Yeah, it's hot.
Alright.
A new thing
Inspire
Xerxes
an ally
got.
within 30 feet.
Gildor's inspired. He ain't gonna need it, but
Gildor inspiration.
I mean, inspiration with 2 extra D4s.
Never hate that.
Go.
Alright.
What on?
Xerxes, what else you got? Got a few more?
Well, that was
rolls?
just yeah.
That was one shot. 15. It's gonna miss.
How about that little bless?
Ooh.
That
All right,
bless,
well,
that
Bless
yeah.
action, bless action.
Bless.
Bless action.
Other Boldeny
one.
Bond
You
action?
got another one.
Don't need it. 16's gonna do it.
Okay.
He's still alive.
He is still at 8 points. He's still at
Wow.
Some meaty cultists. Oh my god.
Critical
Down.
threat. Critical threat. Critical
That is another confirmed.
Critical threat.
He is absolutely dead. But yeah, he's already dead.
Okay.
Just giving you
Well,
that possible for the fire.
If there was any hope, you would have a gun for this campaign. It's gone now. You will be throwing daggers.
That's what he's doing right now. Just throwing them really good.
1d4 at a time.
Hey, did you know that I have pistol, dagger, and weapon of radiance, and that's it on my character sheet?
That doesn't surprise me.
Amazing. What more could one man need?
What more could you want? He's staying put.
Yeah, he's just hanging out, just living his life.
That guy died. This guy tried to command us. He's gonna try to get the fuck out of this spot. I think he's starting to panic. Yeah, not gonna be able to do that. Neil?
So it's kind of hard to tell with how big Neil is. Would I now be restrained if I went there?
Yeah, if that's how that spell works.
I think it's just difficult terrain if you're not in it when it's cast.
Cool. Sounds good to me. Feel free to hammer that nail.
Yep. What I'm actually gonna do, he's already restrained.
Mm-hmm.
Can I add to the restraint?
Like double
with a
restrain?
grapple? Or, well, just because eventually the spell's gonna drop. And
Make a athletics strength or athletics with advantage technically. If you have athletics, use it. If not, just use strength.
Just with strength.
20. All right. We'll get to his roll if it needs to happen, which I doubt it will. Okay. This one will do an attack. Oh god, with his dumb spiritual weapon. 6. So good. So good. Owl?
Ow. Going to stab at the guy in front of him. I don't think I have anything that triggers sneak attack though right now.
You don't.
I don't. Alright.
Gotta be a swashbuckler.
Yeah. I clearly chose the wrong rogue.
Obviously.
So I'm gonna stab the guy in front of me for 17 to
Yeah,
hit.
that'll hit. And 8 points will do it, actually.
Alright.
He was hanging bow, you know?
Hanging bow.
Hanging bow.
Hang too much. We move up to there. This guy is restrained, right?
Yes.
It's
Sneak.
Yeah, it was a
20. Oh, yeah, 28 damage.
oof, God.
And along with that, he's going to activate his needle matrons. Immediately after you use the attack action, To attack with the sword, you can enable one creature within 60 feet of you to use its reaction to make one weapon attack. Xerxes, you want to shoot whatever that thing is you have again?
Beautiful.
Always.
Always.
Bang.
Bang. Dead. Which one
Yeah,
do you want?
you could have aimed it at anything you can. You
Yeah,
want
that's
to aim
true.
it at.
Who do you want?
Oh, I'm assuming I'm shooting the guy in front of Owl.
Okay.
If you want to.
Well,
Yeah,
he's dead.
I think that's a good move.
Bang.
I'll move over here.
Splattered in blood.
Yeah.
Feathers of blood.
And spend a key point flurry of blows.
Oh no. The monk has
Poaching.
entered the building.
Are you poaching my kill?
The
Have
monk
you
has
hit
entered
this
the
guy
building.
yet?
No, but I will literally kill him on my turn.
Oh.
That's poached. All right.
Okay, the sneak attack isn't there, but I should turn that off.
That'll confirm. Critical.
Critical threat, critical threat, critical threat.
Yeah, he slashes at him with his claws.
Oh, nice.
Wait, can I technically still see Gildor right there?
If you
No,
can see
I'll
him,
I'll inspire Neil if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right here. He's with
Love-
me in the pitch.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that.
Okay.
And then the second attack for 7 points of slashing.
Nice. Solid round.
21 total on that guy.
Yes, he is doing bad, I'd say.
It's about to get worse.
Pretty bad. Yeah, it is his turn. Hopefully for him. He will bring in one of his big balls. Try to hit you with it. Seems like the move. I think it's just a bonus action to do that.
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
For
15 will
15.
not hit.
Great.
Is he hashtag blessed?
He is not blessed for some reason. Roll 20 just loves to do that.
That's a miss.
So that's a bonus action, and it's not casting a spell, right? So he can cast a spell.
Yeah, he can cast a spell. He can hit me with that inflict wounds if he wants.
I do want to. 17.
Nope.
They're trying so hard. That's still decent damage on inflict wounds. All right, Gildor, you got some restrained targets.
Yeah.
And your ally is in there with them.
Oh yeah, it's.
He's dead.
That's, yeah.
Fistful of dice. All right. And we're trying to keep this guy alive.
Yeah.
One.
Yeah, so I'll walk forward. And see if I can go there.
All right. For the time being, you are out of combat. How long does the grasping vines last?
Should be a minute.
Okay, so yeah, at the end of that time, Neil will basically just scoop him up with that 20, carry that over. He'll try to, Dex with disadvantage. Yeah. So he's scooped by Neil, the big man.
Cool.
And yeah, I think that's where we'll pick up next time. You've got a cultist of some kind, gooped up
Interrogate.
to interrogate. There was another man in here, so we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
He's not currently. But yeah, success. Like a well-oiled machine, you guys seemed to figure out your character sheets pretty well against low-level opponents. So that's good. It's like a little lobbing a little ball, actually, to get you back
Yeah.
into the swing of these characters before whatever comes.
Ready for it. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm super psyched. That went very well. Mostly because of all of you. Congrats.
That was super fun.
Good intro to the new
The new
chapter.
chapter. So it begins. The march
Will.
to the end.
Will, roll an Arcana check. I asked you
Is
to
that
roll.
Will?
Like,
Is that Will rolling an Arcana check or Selig?
yes. Say like roll an Arcana check. Okay, thanks.
Love that.
That's all.
I'm really interested to see this group function. Like in combat. Like that was interesting. But like actually because you have Al is obviously like good at the up close.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have the Brood with the
Shield Guard.
Shield Guardian, yeah. And then you have like support, controller, and range, 2 range.
Glass cannon.
Two rangy boys.
It's very interesting.
Somehow Gildor is squishier than Steven is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not great.
That's a little odd.
Yeah.
Pretty fun.
Like I said, it just goes to show how
What's your
much
HP?
not getting that second 76.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real bad. Not getting that second dice roll in the early going made a big difference.
Yeah.
Got
Because I
screwed over on your
vividly
rolls.
remember like 2 levels at least where I only got like 1 hit point.
Yeah, like 1 hit point. Yep. Brutes.
Xerxes
And
is at least hardy.
Yeah. I think everybody's pretty hardy.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have a healer too.
Yeah.
For
Got all the
you know,
heals. Don't you worry.
the 0 times we get hit.
Yeah. We're back. Yeah. No. We're back in the support role, baby.
Hey, I hit the Shield Guardian. So
You did.
Did you?
for 2 hit
Did you?
points.
Yes.
He seems pretty fine now.
He seems to be fully
Just
healed.
a scratch.
This was a scratch. Yeah, be very interested to see what. Yeah, fine now. I can't balance for your regular party, let alone a party that I've never seen before.
All right.
Just throw the book at you. That's all. Fight it all. Fight it all.
Give us your worst.
Give us your worst. Oh, I will try.
Say, like, how many times can you turn into an elemental? Is it proficiency or is it your wild shape?
It's wild shape. It's just once. It uses both charges.
Okay.
So I can wild
Oh.
shape into 2 different like beast or one time into an elemental per rest.
Okay.
Sailing be earth.
Sailing be air.
Sailing be air.
It may be Sailing be water going into a fire temple.
Yeah.
We could do that.
Sailing be liquid.
And that's short rest. So yeah, short rests are gonna be our friends. Just for the record, for people,
Oh, yeah.
lots of short resty rests for healing and ability regens.
Oh, I'm cool with short rest. I get key back on short rest.
Yeah.
I no longer have to worry about it.
Yeah,
Fine.
no rest. No rest. It doesn't matter.
Just hoof it.
No spells to worry about.
That was fun.
It's good. It's good. It's a
Episode
good. It's
1
an
in the
interesting
books.
group. Yeah, it's an interesting group. I really like the like seeing what Sailing is going through, and then there's the,
Yeah.
like
That was really
then
good.
then there's literally a like naturey drew like another like it's like looking in a weird mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
It
It's like
is.
the perfect timing for that too, and then he comes back into a world that where he's living out the exact thing that he kind of dreaded. It's good.
To reel him back in.
Reel him in.
Back.
Go into the fire temple and see what comes.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, I hope you enjoyed the Captain Janeway reference. That was purely for you.
I did not get it.
Oh. Star Trek. Star Trek Voyager. They do time travel.
Oh, I never watched Voyager.
Oh, gotcha.
I was pretty much exclusive Next Generation,
Got it. That makes
and
sense.
then the new one, Discovery.
Yeah.
Sorry, I let you down on that one.
No worries. No. Not even remotely. Still fun.
I knew it was some kind of time travel reference. I just didn't know what.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Lost. We had Memento. We had Live, Die, Repeat. Or Edge of Tomorrow.
Good movie.
We had Tenet. And I feel like I had one more in there. I can't remember what it was.